Now, this is the fly I'm going to be tying. Now, you have seen this one before, but not in this colour. This is a Sunburst Caddis Pupa. Now, I'll show you some other caddis that I've been tying anyway. In this case, you've got the olive. You've got the original. This is McPhail Caddis Pupa. Obviously the olive, and then you've got the Sunburst, this one. So you've got a range of colours which are very good for any caddis coming off. Sizes you're looking for, in this case, this is I'm using a size 16 and a size 14. This is a size 14. So the two main sizes are 14s and 16s, in this hook anyway. The hook I'm using, this is a full mill hook, it's a barbless hook. It's called the Czech Nymph. In this case it's in black nickel. You can use the bronze version if you wish. Now, first thing I'm going to do is lead the body, or you can use wire, it's up to yourself. What I sometimes do is use the copper wire, which is very easy, or you could use the lead. It's entirely up to yourself. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll just use the copper wire, it's so easy. This is a fine copper wire on a spool, and I'm going to start at, say, about 5 or 6 mil from the eye. And what I'm going to do is just put a layer on the body to this point here, remove the waste, and then come back up, just so that I've got a taper or a weight in the fly as well. Now what I'm going to do is come back down halfway and back up, and it's quite simple then to remove it, just break it off, and there you add, that's your weight added in the copper wire. That will just get the fly below the surface. As I say, if you want to use the sticky back lead, you can do that, which I'll show you how to do it on, I'll get another hook, which is quite simple. Now, as I say, the same hook. What I'm going to do is start at the back, and then we work our way up. We short to the head at this point, but then we come back down, in 4 or 5 turns, and then we take it away. So easy, and that's your leaded version. So you've got your copper. Now these would be 2 different weights, so I would say the copper slightly lighter than the lead, obviously. So, but I'm going to use the copper. Put it back into the vise. It's fine. Thread I'm going to use is a uni thread. This case is a dark brown. You start thread at the eye, come down to the copper, and then come back up. And now I'm going to tie in some eyes. Now I form the eyes using, this is 12-pound nylon, just a heavy nylon. This one here, there's lots of kinds out there and lots of makes. I've had this for years, and it's just a fine, as you can see, fluorescent yellow or chartreuse near enough. Now you need about a centimetre in length. Now I use a pair of tweezers to actually melt these ends. Now what I do is with tweezers is just get the nylon between. Now depending how big the fly or how wide the eyes you need, in this case I've got it down to about maybe just slightly more than a mil and a half. So you get nylon enough to melt up against it. It's easy. Just basically hold that tight and then get yourself a lighter and then melt it up against it. Do the same on the other side. Then allow them to cool, and there's your eyes formed. And then it's quite simple. I mean, you can either use the tweezers to hold it on, or you can just do it like a figure 8, a couple of turns. Now you're looking round about half a mil or so from the eye. You don't want it too far away from the eye. Enough to like a head length there. And all I'm doing is figure 8. Looking from the top down, making sure they're even, so they're on either side. So 2 or 3 more, and then we start to work our way towards the back. Now the way down, let me show you this yarn that I use. This is a darning yarn. It's by this company here. It's just a Mending wool or a darning yarn. This is a brown, obviously. Now I bought the white, I think it's number 1, and dyed it. In this case, this is Sunburst. It's quite a strong Sunburst. Now what I'm going to do is catch this on the way down. Now as you see, I spooled it up, put it into an old spool. Makes it easier to actually wind on, especially this size anyway. Now we just take our thread down, tying it in. Now you need to be around about this point here, and you come back up, take away this fluff here, and then I'm going to tie in. This is the Scud back I'm using, this one here, Scud back by Hareline Dubbin. There's another one you get from Wopsy, it's much the same. Now you see the size, it's 1/8, now it's a brown I'm using. So what we do is get a length. You get lots of flies out of a packet, it doesn't look a lot but you get a lot out of it. And what you do is simply just cut this into a point to get it started. Just like that, pencil point. What we do is we catch it in, just at this area here, and then work towards the wool. Just short of the wool, leave a space for a ton of wool at the back, and then we come back up. Take your time, just making a nice base of thread down for your body. Now I want to make sure the hook's level so that I get a nice balance in the fly. You're looking for like about halfway up at least. You want the thread in line with the point of the hook. Now the easiest thing to do is to remove the thread. It's just a wee quick finish. Just take it away. You can put it back on once we've formed the body. Now what I do is that space at the back, we come round the back of the Scud back, and then we do a turn in front, and then we just basically swap hands, catch it in, slightly stretch it as we go, another turn, stretch it out, another turn, again stretch it out. It's really easy once you get into these. It's not a hard fly. To get to the point you're in line with, point of the hook. Then what I do is put the thread back on, take away the waste, just to stick the thread up, catch in the wool, screw it in nice and tight, 2 or 3 turns there, then we trim it just slightly a mil or 2 from that point you can see there, so that when I tie this on it'll taper towards the eyes. You want to taper towards the eyes. I come back up, I'm going to tie in some legs. Now it's some grey Partridge, which I've dyed a brown. Yeah, nice brown colour. Take away what we don't need. You can either wind this on, or what you can do is, the easiest way is just to take out the tip, and then come in from the top, so you get right on the left side. Get them to sit the way you want, just lay them so they're straight. Get the length, you want the tips towards the back of the hook. Come in with a couple of turns, making sure it's sitting where you want first. Just bring your, leaving this for the thorax cover you see. Just check your length, that's fine, that looks okay. Now when we get tidy up, just take the thread towards the eye, trim away the waste. Just take your time, just put a bit of wax on the thread at this point, make sure there's plenty of grip. Now I'm going to tie in some, in this case this is a brown seal's fur. Just from that I'm going to actually work up the way. It's easier actually to dub up a taper than to actually dub down, because it wants to slip. So you're actually building up and then coming back through. Now what I do is I just start at the back of the eyes, just work my way up, see how easy it is, right up to the legs, and what we can then do is we just slightly draw the dubbin back, make it much thinner, take it to the eyes, take away the excess. Then what you want to do is make sure most of the dubbin's behind. Just going to take the thread to the front of the eyes, get some Velcro. I'm going to bring out some of the fur. Just coming either side, you'll see how it brings it out. Just make sure it's sitting where you want. Easy at this point, just bring it over. Stretch it towards between the eyes, so you're catching it in front of the eyes. Now what I'm doing here is making sure there's not many ripples in the Scud back. 2 or 3 turns to make sure it's going to stay there. Then I've got some bronze Mallard, so 2 fibres. So I'm taking out 2, bring them out together, tear them away. You can let the length just maybe, it's about twice the body length at least. So what we're going to do is catch this in front of the eye, then bring the thread to the back of the eye, just encouraging these to stay apart. Now at this point you can put them down the side if you wish, just pull them, tighten up with a turn, get them to sit the way you want. That looks okay. Then it's quite simple. We form the head using the Scud back and bring it between the eyes. We tie off behind the eyes. You can see there. And then we wet finish. Just leave everything at the moment. It's a really simple fly. Draw away the thread. Just Scud back forward at this point, and then we take away the waist of the bronze Mallard. And then what I like to do is trim this about, you can trim in line with the eye, but I like just the head, front of the head, just straight cut. And you can see it folds back, holds the wing or the feelers in place, just adds to the thorax. And then all we have to do, maybe a bit of varnish on the head and into the turns. Come underneath, so we touch there and there. That's the Sunburst Caddis Pupa. It's just it's the same as this one, the smaller size, so you can see it. This is the original McPhail Caddis Pupa. They say it's just a sunburst version. Simple wee pupa to tie, great fun, and they fish extremely well, both in the river and the lochs. So see, you can add different weights, but you can see ties, it's simple to tie, so I hope you enjoyed that.